Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for BoardGameGeek at Origins 2017. I'm sitting down with Uwe Eichart from Academy Games, and you brought us next in your historical series.
Yes, and my face is very red for all the things that were gone on before this that were edited out.
It's true. It's true. So, lots of Viking shenanigans going on.
Yes. So, what were we saying? I'm sorry?
We were saying that this is your newest game, 1878, Vikings Invasions of England.
As a matter of fact, it's not our newest one, but we're talking about it first, yes.
Yes, that's true.
It's not out yet, so I guess it's a pre-newest.
Yes.
Yes. But it is Vikings 878. It is Invasions of England. It is for people who want to have a nice vacation and have some new lands and discover new riches and virgins.
Now, there's a lot to highlight in this.
Yes.
But let's do a quick overview of just mechanically what we're trying to accomplish, a little bit on maybe what a turn feels like.
Well, this is our Birth of America, like 1775 Rebellion. A lot of fun, using a lot of schools. We have teachers' books and everything.
Yeah.
So it's the same series. Okay, there.
There you go.
It's the same series, and this is Vikings Invasions of England. I don't know if there's a top view or close up.
Yes, right around
but
there.
we added with this, we did a Kickstarter for it, and it includes now over 130 miniatures. And we were so excited to go for miniatures, except for the 980 of you bummers who complained that we went with miniatures and wanted cubes. 890 people.
Wow.
What is that about? Here are beautiful miniatures, and they're going to pay us money to give them cubes on top of it.
That's hysterical.
It's, all these years they say, why cubes, do miniatures? And then one guy was complaining so much that we didn't have miniatures. He said, never buy any of our games. He kickstarted, first thing he does, he wanted cubes. And I emailed him his emails back from 3 years ago and said, hey, here's what you said. And he said, I changed my mind.
Hey, well done.
So
you convinced someone.
There you go.
One.
But anyway, so this is, this is probably not good marketing techniques for a beautiful game.
This is a beautiful game.
Thank you very much. And I've been watching House of Cards lately. Very good. House of Cards, Netflix, Kevin Spacey, highly recommended.
Does that connect to Vikings?
I just want to see how good your interviewing skills were if we could stay on topic. Boy, she stays on topic. But anyway, in Vikings, you play as teams, as the English versus the Vikings. And the Vikings, their sole goal is really to come to England and kind of partake in the riches, kind of area control, where they're moving into empty lots next to really real estate that needs more development. And they're just trying to be happy neighbors.
Until?
Well, their Vikings were misunderstood. They were just trying to come in. People didn't want to give them what they wanted to do, so they just raped, pillaged, killed people, and took over.
Friendly neighbors.
Friendly neighbors. But you're playing either as the Berserkers or the Viking Norsemen versus the English Thane and the English House Calls. And it is like our 1775 series. Oh, look at that. We have a Viking. Well. Oh, here, let me do what I've wanted to do with her for years behind a shield.
I was waiting.
Oh, baby. There's that.
Really
don't tell my wife.
I was going to say, you're really glad John's not at this show,
I
huh?
tell you what, man, I've heard about things being done like that on the internet.
Nothing like a little Viking love, huh?
Wow. Thank you very much. Where'd that Viking? He disappeared.
That was a Viking bomb.
Who the hell was that? Anyway.
Focus, man.
Edit. Anyway, you can see a beautiful map. This is our monster map. The regular game comes with a very big map also of England. And you're playing...
I was going to say, and it's worth mentioning that this is actually a mat and not a board.
No, this is a mat here. Yeah, this is actually not even your standard mat. It is anti-static industrial material. Costs us a little more. Half as thin as the normal stuff and twice as heavy.
It is a map mat.
Map. But in this, what's so nice about this series is you can play it as teams. So it's not me against everybody. You're playing as the English against the Vikings. On top of that, you have peasants So if you have Vikings coming, you just get the peasants in, throw them in the front, and they're fodder. You try to survive, run away for the
Thanks,
next day.
peasants.
Exactly. But it's very historical. We've had a lot of historians working on it with us.
Repressed?
The peasants?
Yes.
They're peasants. You don't repress peasants. They're peasants. They're there. They till your fields and give the tithe to the church and are just happy that the Lord doesn't come more than once a year, you know? So I shouldn't say that for all the Englishmen out there who are... It's like, this was like pre-Brexit.
It's
So,
true.
so in about a year, they'll know what this game was like again once they're out of it. Ooh, let's not get political here now. I did not mean that because I really don't know what Brexit means. Focus. House of Cards is phenomenal. So anyway, in this game, you're playing as teams. You can play with up to 8-year-olds if you're playing with them at all. They love it. It's very simple. You can teach it within 2 minutes. You can teach it 10 times faster than I've been talking about it right now.
Probably, yeah.
So-
Yeah, but we had some snog time.
Yeah. Yeah, thank
we
you.
had some setup time.
Yeah. But anyway, with the game, you get 130 figures, lots of cool leaders coming in with them, historical. You get Edward the Great coming in.
Grab one of your trays too, because this is just in the base game. One of your organizers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Right? That we want to
I have to go through this
a
step by step.
misconception
Yes.
of a lot of Academy game boxes.
yes. So and I said Edward, it's Alfred.
Fair enough.
I said Edward because I was just talking to Edward.
I heard nothing.
Yeah. So anyway,
P.S. Everyone who owns an Academy game.
your trays are a bunch of these attached together. On the trays, they're little tabs. You're meant to break them apart and use them as sorting trays for each faction. On top of that bag of what I was told today by a reviewer, he said, your card holders are really cool. They're not card holders. They're meant to
Tray slides.
put on your tray slide, and it holds your cards, your dice, and your miniatures all together. So they said, why didn't you put it in the box in the rule somewhere just explaining it? I go, I thought it was obvious. Evidently, it's not.
So,
because,
and you all have cool organizers you never
yes,
even knew.
for the last 2 years, the game's been shipped with these. You can break them apart, use them for individual. So we got it out there.
So, which continues here in 1878. So,
Yes.
cool organizers.
And it holds cards or sleeve cards.
Oh, thank you for building that in from the beginning.
Thank you very much. Equal opportunity card managers. So anyway, the Kickstarter came out with, of course, Vikings 878, allowed us to put over 130 miniatures, and these are very cool little miniatures, fully historical accurate except for the Berserkers. We decided to model them after Mr. T, and we thought they're so cool. So you've got Mr. T Viking
I
Berserkers.
was going to say, when you say miniatures,
They're 15mm miniatures.
right?
Yes.
They're adorable.
And
For pillaging, rampaging barbarians.
they're all
adorable.
they're unique, and they look great, and they're
They do look
easy
great.
to move around. People
Yeah.
are afraid, but the base are heavy, they're nice and round,
Yeah.
they really work well.
No, they really do. And actually, you're right. In that being a smaller size, you would think they would feel too tiny, but actually it
Right.
allows you to see the full map, which is really useful.
Yes. And I think where a lot of people were worried, and that's why the 980 of you who wanted cubes, you can see it's not really needed. They don't fall over easily.
Now, I have a whole pile of boxes
Yes.
hiding behind here.
So the Kickstarter people, since it was so popular on Kickstarter, we did total with Crowducks roughly somewhere around 910 to 915,000. It's not quite, but for a historical board game, not bad.
Yeah.
So we unlocked all 39 stretch goals.
Wow.
I know. And those 39 translate into 9 major expansions. And I hate a lot of these games where you get tons of miniatures, you get all these expansions, but all the expansions do are, it's the same game with a different miniature.
Okay.
So our expansions are meant to make the game experience different with each expansion. So we have one where you're not going for area control in the game, but where you're trying to pillage and take over and ruin the church and the religion in England as the Vikings. And that was, for many Vikings, became a goal. It
Yeah.
became a religious thing also. Another one is where we bring in the kings, the historical kings of each of the kingdoms, giving you different factional control.
So and that's the historical pieces that so many of your games are known for.
Yes. So and not King Edward the Great. Alfred.
Alfred.
You know, I've written the rules. I've been working on this game for 2 years, and you do a blip like that
I know, right?
on TV. Wonderful.
High internet.
I know. You know what? That's why I get for watching House of Cards. House of Cards, very good. Now you'll notice that I'm not really hyped up on anymore on the alcohol that I had here last year.
Yes.
Knob Creek, I won't mention who they are, because we were really pushing to have them sponsor us with Knob Creek, that bourbon company, which I don't want to mention. Even though they have excellent bourbon, they never called us to give us full sponsorship. And we were going to give it cheap. We're only going to do $500,000 per episode, and nothing. I am focusing. So we're now trying any other who wants good sponsorship with this great team here. Call us up. We will even discuss and negotiate the $500,000 sponsorship. Anyway, getting back, keep me on track, please. 9 incredible expansions. By the way, this is already all done. They were air freighted to us.
Great.
So we ended end of April, beginning of May, and we're going to be shipping roughly mid-July, so 2 months after the Kickstarter was over, and a whole month before we decided to in August.
All right. Anything else you want to mention from our?
That's it.
All right. Well, we still got more back here. So
We have the building miniatures and the leader miniatures. Do you need them? No, you don't. But if you want your friends to be impressed
do you
by
want
your
them? Yes.
yes,
you
because
do.
and this is in all seriousness, the miniatures do one thing, and when you add then the buildings of the monasteries, they're even back still.
Let's pull this out.
You put in the monasteries and you put in the Viking longhouses, which are all expansions that help with the board game. It gives it a full three-dimensional feel, and what that does, it may not make your gaming experience better, but it makes all your friends more impressed with your collection. And since other people do not have that, you go up in their eyes. They will then probably buy you drinks more often. You'll be more impressed. They'll talk about you more. So these miniatures really do crap for the game itself, but it helps your self-esteem. So that's why I highly recommend.
You highly recommend.
I highly, because these are all historical, beautiful detail. So if you do not want them for the higher esteem, get them for the cool gameplay.
Which, seeing this on this mat is pretty spectacular.
Right.
Now, is this something that people would be able, outside of Kickstarter?
Yes, they can get those also. They can purchase a map. I just want to finish off. We have on these miniatures, we have roughly in the box, we include 582 miniatures for $20, or maybe that much, maybe not quite 582, but somewhere up there.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know how many really are. 38. So
That's really close to 582, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you do a number higher, it's not lying, is it?
It's a good thing you specialize in history, not math.
Yeah, it's 38. 538 or less. But no, they're beautiful miniatures for 20. And then we also have you can see above.
Yes.
We have our leader miniature pack. This is going to have a beautiful inlay in it. And these are really beautifully sculptured miniatures, very high detail of these Viking leaders. Now, I don't know if they can get on it, but these are all historical Viking leaders. And what's so nice about it, these are, you can see, really nicely detailed. And what really drives me nuts, on a lot of miniatures, you'll see that the posts, whoops.
Oh, you're fine, keep going.
Oh, there you go. That the flag post, will be all wobbly.
Yes.
You notice ours are totally straight.
Yes.
Because we said we want straight, we don't want that PVC twist.
Yeah.
So what we did is, the figures are PVC 100, really high, great PVC, but the arms and the flag stands are ABS. ABS does not have the warping issue, so they're all totally straight. You will get beautiful figures. You can put the banner stickers on them or paint them.
Yeah.
And they really come to our to what we want. So little details like this is
That's funny. I so appreciate that because I can think of how many molds that we have.
and they're wobbly and they look cheap.
Yeah,
and this, might as well do it right. So you get all of these for $20 also, and highly detailed historical. You notice our female Lagertha, which was where is she? Here she is. Lagertha, the miniature, which could be real, could not. We don't know in history. I mean, she comes up in a few of the sagas. Who was then the wife of Ragnar for a while. She comes in, and again, it's historically accurate as shield maidens could be. Sorry, no breasts showing. They were fully armored. I'm sorry, your camera lady is sitting there. Okay, thumbs up. So we made everything historical. We had historical people look at and make sure everything was correct.
Nice. Again, attention to detail.
Thank you very much. You're making me blush again. So, I guess that is all we have to say about Vikings.
Hand me the box again just so we can show this off. So if you guys are interested in checking out all of that, minus the smooch, that does not come with the box. This is 1878 Vikings, the Invasion of England by Academy Games. And Uva, thank you so much for letting us take a look.